Hello, people. It's your boy Usmaan back again with another match preview. Yes, Manchester United take on Paris Saint-Germain. Cavani sets to send them to the Europa League. That's what we're hoping for. That's what I'm hoping the headline is. But obviously, we'll have to wait and see. As always, make sure if you're joining us live, get your comments in, get your likes in, get your subscriptions in. But just a quick announcement. After the game, for the first time, we're going to do a call-in show, okay? We tried the call-in show last week with myself and Flawless and obviously Ads. And I think, Jerry, did you join us for that?
Yeah, I was in there still, yeah.
Yeah, so you joined us for that. So basically what's going to happen is after each game that we now do or now play, we're going to have a live call-in show with myself, the host. You guys can call in. We'll drop the link on Twitter. You can have your 5 minutes say straight after the game and just get whatever's on your mind off your chest. Anyone is welcome, so make sure you follow me on Twitter to find the link. So pretty straightforward. Usmaan Talks United. But anyways, let's get into it. We've got a beautiful panel. On my left, the man from 3 in midfield. We've got Kojo. What are you saying, Kojo? Just what you saying?
I'm feeling wonderful, my brother. How you doing?
I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. Obviously, we've got the homie from TNA Ads. What you say, G?
Not too bad, bro.
Oh, look at that. Just a beautiful face. Beautiful, beautiful. And obviously, honestly, I don't know if it's Flawless. I don't know if it's his clone. But we've got someone here. He's his first or fifth show of the night. Flawless, how you doing, brother? How you doing?
Yo, good. Yo, this intro is great, you know, innit? Like, everyone should have that type of energy, you get what I'm saying? The intro is fantastic, yo. Energetic, enthusiastic, informative.
Come on.
Great intro, man. Great intro, but yeah.
Listen.
I'm good, man. I'm just here eating, but yeah, man, I'm good. Blessed for having me as always.
Man, enjoy yourself, man. Enjoy yourself. And obviously, as already said, before the show started, the happiest man in the land, all the way from Germany. Man doesn't know his own Twitter handle, so I'll say it for him. Before Jim, what are you saying, brother? You good?
I'm good, bro. And yourself? It's been a while, you know?
Yes, obviously. Absolute pleasure. The smile is still there. Obviously, you're still Ollie in. Just a quick shout out to Jack, because the homie, obviously, from the WhatsApp group. Love for coming on. Obviously, Tottenham Hotspur fine. So, you know, we're all with you on the weekend against Arsenal, but that's what we leave that for another day. But anyways, last but not least, the man himself, all the way from Cherry United. How you doing, brother? What are you saying?
Bro, your energy is actually 100 right now, man.
Listen, we just won the we're winning the league. Come on, boys.
It's bad.
Oh God, come on, buddy. Listen, it has to be, man. We gotta be happy, you know. We gotta cherish the Champions League now. God knows how long they're lasting it, so you know it is what it is. But listen, let's get straight into the game. As I've already mentioned, Manchester United taking on Paris Saint-Germain. We're gonna start with Kojo. Kojo, how are you feeling? Going into the game, Man United finally showing a bit of character, coming back from the dead. You know, all the sort of draft tweets already. Man United banter FC. But obviously those drafts have been deleted. But Kojo, what you say, G?
Yo, you know what? I'm actually feeling kind of good, you know, because I didn't see this upturn in Champions League happening. Like, at the beginning, I called us Champions League tourists. I thought we were going to go see the Eiffel Tower, you know, enjoy some sights and then get knocked out. But, you know, we're doing the thing. And we're one positive result away from getting through to the next stage of the Champions League. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So what? Man, like bits and bobs. Bro, I miss you, man.
Bits and bobs.
So, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. And you know what? I think we can tuck away PSG tomorrow as well. You know what I'm saying? I think we can actually give them one slapping. So, yeah, I'm feeling good for it, man.
Bro, man's very confident. Ads, what are your thoughts? Obviously, you know, very good win against Southampton in the end. However, it wasn't convincing. You know, you're slightly worried in the manner in which we protect our back four. Do you think, you know, we should be all right against PSG? How are you feeling?
First of all, I just want to say, all the Arsenal man then, we tried bantering us, yeah? You man took back the crown of Banner FC, bro. Listen, a guy was messaging me, DMing me, tweeting it out, saying we banter, we're in the mud, all this crap. Listen, mate, to lose to Wolves is embarrassing, but this is Manchester United stream, so I'm going to talk about them. I'm confident, like Kojo said, I'm gassed for tomorrow, and I feel like them man talk about Verratti like he's Jesus on the pitch, bro. Listen, that man ain't going to do nothing with our midfield right now, man. He ain't going to do nothing. So, I'm just going to keep it sweet and simple. I'm just going to say, I feel like we can bag a win tomorrow, man. I'm confident.
Right, everyone's very confident. You know, I might sound enthusiastic, but I promise you inside I'm not. Flawless, listen, what you thinking? These two boys here coming out swinging and that. Yo, I think they're forgetting who we're playing against. Yo, this ain't no dead team. Man's got Mbappe, Neymar, Di Maria, and the Herrera. Obviously, you know, United fans are still crying about him. Now, Florence, how you feeling, man? You positive going into this one?
It's your enthusiasm rubbing off on everybody on the show. That's what it is. You started enthusiastically, put everybody in a great mood and that. Kojo came through with the fresh trim and that. Like, everybody's prepped. You get what I'm saying and that. Get me? Kojo came through with the freshest trim. So that's what it is. But in terms of the game, they had Neymar, Mbappe, Di Maria when we went to their place and we put in a great performance and won. And more of the pressure is on them now because they have to win the game. Manchester United, we're in a position where a point is it gets us through, doesn't it? So it's a fantastic result for us if we get through, whereas they have to win. Like, people were talking group of death this, group of death that. When the group was drawn, I said United will get out of this group. You know what I'm saying? I said United will get out of this group. And it's proven that way. Yes, they have quality players, but you take out Mbappe and Neymar, PSG have a good side, but I don't fear them. You respect them, but you don't fear them without those two. Obviously, Mbappe and Neymar, quality players. So I expect United to get a result tomorrow. So whether that's a draw or a win, I take either or. It'd just be interesting to see how we set up. Do we go how we went against PSG when we played them away, or are we a bit more on the front foot? But all the pressure's on them. They have to come to Old Trafford and win.
Yeah, no, at the end of the day, like you said, the pressure is on them. You know, PSG expecting to not only get through the group, but win the group. You know, they're the finalists, you know, on back to the semi-finalists. Granted, the lost Werner, but going into this, there wasn't a single, but you already seen the people tweeting as soon as the group of death came out, so to speak.
Facts.
You know, we'll see you in Europa League, Man United. They're playing with the Europa League theme music and all that shit. Yeah, so the pressure technically is on PSG. You know, at the end of the day, if they don't win this game, then it's not in their hands at all. Then they need us to do a favor.
You know what it was? People knew it was the group of death, but it was the group of death for PSG. You know what I'm saying? People didn't realize that. That's what it is. People didn't realize that. You know what I'm saying? And that Europa League settings for them and that. Neymar and Mbappe in the Europa League. Are you mad?
Listen, I would love to see Mbappe and Neymar running at some of these dead teams in the Europa League.
Arsenal, innit? Arsenal.
Listen, I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it. You know, their fans have been through enough of laying it. You know what I mean? I don't want to push people over the edge.
Nah, man. That's the match. Yo, that's the matchup we want to see. You got Aubameyang out here playing left wing back, yeah? Mbappe on that side. That's what we want to see. Mbappe, you get me, versus Neymar. That is the matchup we want to see, innit? Why you man laughing, man? Yo, Aubameyang been doing bits at left wing back. I don't know why man are laughing. Best left wing back in the country. I'm saying that now. You get what I'm saying? I think he's been quality this season. You feel me? That's just me, though.
Oh God, it's straight up, man. Listen, it's true though. And they want to play Champions League football. You know, we've done you a favor. At least you can have a bit of glimpse of it with PSG there. But listen, Jen, you know, how are you feeling? You know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's done well in the Champions League. Our home form hasn't been brilliant, although, you know, we've seen statistically our away form is one of the best. It's actually the best in the history of the club at the moment. You know, how are you feeling with PSG coming to Old Trafford? Do you still feel confident given that we are home?
It's two ways. I believe that we are going to have a result tomorrow, but we just have to be like he rightly said, we have to just respect them, but we don't have to fear them. We have to respect them. That's all. We have to, because they have quality. Those two can just change the game at any time. So we just have to respect them. But I think the last time we played PSG, we had won against Southampton at Old Trafford. They went to beat them. So I'm sure it will happen again.
Oh, I did. No, I wasn't even aware of that. I didn't realize we played Southampton twice prior to PSG. But I don't think that's going to make much of a difference. But in terms of the Southampton game, Jerry, you know, how much can we take away from that game and bring that into this game in terms, you know, if anything, showing good character. You know, I'm sure a lot of United fans are 2-0 were fearing the worst, 3-4 potentially. It could have been any scoreline really come in the second half. But, you know, how much of that is a confidence booster going into such a huge game for us?
Yeah, such a huge confidence boost. I think it alters actually the starting lineup. Only knows now to start Cavani basically. And yeah, but it is at home though, so I'm a bit like, I don't know, man. Away form, I think we won 8 away games in a row, that's on record.
Yeah, we have.
At home's a bit, but we have won both home games in the Champions League, so hopefully that's an omen for us to make it 3. And yeah, man, I'm feeling good, man.
Yeah, no, I hear your point. Obviously, in terms of Champions League, I think we've been brilliant. It might potentially favour us. You know, you seem to get a different style of football in the Champions League. You know, the European teams tend to play a different brand of football, hence why people say it's difficult to settle into the league. You know, in particular in the first game, I thought we was very physical against PSG. You know, McTominay and Fred were on job in terms of clattering everybody. And, you know, they just do what they got. You know, and then McTominay is not the most gifted footballer. We know he's not. Or the most cultured footballer for that matter. But at the end of the day, he's in there to do a job, which is roughing them up. And these mans were not ready for it for whatever reason. But, Kojo, listen, what are your thoughts? We've got a couple of questions already coming in. Lads, if you have got any questions, I know a lot of people are putting comments in. If you've got any questions, put the questions and I'll put them to the guys. I've lost the comment in the chat, but I know where it is anyways. What are you going for, Kojo? Asking, are you going for 5 at the back or 4? And what's your reasons for either?
When we beat them away, what was that? Was that 5 at the back?
Yeah, 5.
It was 5. No.
Both times 5 at the back, if I'm not wrong. All times.
You know, I think he might go for that because, weirdly enough, it actually works a lot more in European football than it does in Premier League.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me for him to go for that again. It allows your defensive players to sort of mix in with the centre backs, the 3 centre backs. You let your tellers who would just thrive with the space in front of him, being able to just go forward and whip balls into whether it's Cavani starting or trying to find maybe Rashford making runs in, or what's the other guy's name, Greenwood or Martial, because now Martial's back as well.
Yeah.
So you never know, he might start the game. And obviously I think Bruno will also thrive in that as well. With European football, you get a lot more time. PSG don't press too tough. And their midfield is perfect for us to try and play through them because, as was alluding to, Verratti, he's a fantastic footballer, but he doesn't perform in big moments. I've never seen a big performance from him in a big game. So he's someone we can play through. And obviously, I need to hear Di Maria chat his rubbish in the Europa League also. So, you know, I just need one dominant slapping. So whether it's 3 at the back or 3 and 2 wing backs, or it's 4 at the back, I want to slap him. But 5 is safer. Go for the safer. Press them. Play some through balls. Play some whips in. Get me some goals. Let me go to bed happy. That's what I'm asking for.
Listen, if anyone's got any pictures or videos of Di Maria crying, just send them straight to my Twitter, mate. I hate that guy with a passion, man. You know,
bro, he came to Old Trafford. They got a goal. He went to the fans. He was like, fuck off! Fuck off! In his shit voice. Fuck off! Fuck off! We fucked him off, innit? Diogo Dallo knocked him out. Dallo knocked him out.
Man got wrecked in the second leg, you know. Wrecked. Listen.
Tell him.
Honest to God, I would just love it. Ollie just plays Di Maria's, just a clip of Di Maria swearing at the fans. Just gear them with the lovers up, man, before the game, because I would love nothing more than kicking these guys out. But we got another comment here from Ali. To be fair, this comment's pretty perfect for you because I know how much you love your boy Fred. In terms of midfield, does Van der Beek keep his place tomorrow? He's put surely he starts. What are your thoughts in the midfield, Adsa? Who would you go for?
Of course he does. Of course he does. Everyone was saying he doesn't deserve to play, but yeah, I think he's proven in the space of only a few games that he deserves to play, and I feel like him and Fred's partnership already flaring so far. Like I told you, bro, you're gonna see art in these games when they play together. A few games that they played, you've seen art, man. Like I don't know what people's problems are, man. I heard some joke man say Fred's below the level of Matic and McTominay. I'm kind of like, bro, what are you watching, man? Like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, would you rather have 2 deadbeat players over the height of 6 foot, or would you have 2 talented players? Tell me. You know what I'm trying to say?
Well,
so,
to be fair,
for me, Van der Beek and Fred need to play.
Bob's has put this, to be fair, this is a fair point. He's done the press conference with Ollie, so he's starting, realistically speaking. So are you going for a similar formation to Kojo? And in terms of how many players you got at the back, you got 5, or what are you going for?
Yes. Yeah. To be honest, I don't mind it. Like any works, but I'd say 5. About Fred and Donny need to play, man. I'm hearing shit saying that they don't deserve to start. It's not fair, man.
I did not have any of it, so don't even put it in the chat because I will put it on screen. It will piss him off, so we love to see that. Donny is like Scalzi. Listen, if you are tuning in, like what you said, if you've got any questions, just put them in the chat, and obviously I'll put them on the screen. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you're new. Flawless, just regarding Donny and Fred, for me personally, Van der Beek has been a breath of fresh air. It's been a long time since we've had a player that can keep the ball, keep it ticking, right, and actually pass the ball forward. Generally, the last person I can think of is Carrick. Like, you know, before Carrick or even after Carrick, I can't really think of anyone of that ilk who passes with purpose, and he rarely passes the ball away. To the point that when he does, you're like shouting at him because you just don't expect it from him. He's almost like a robot in that sense. But on the flip side, Flawless, does it worry you slightly how many chances the opposition are getting with Fred and Van der Beek in a pivot? Is that something that would worry you potentially?
It depends who we're playing against. I say this all the time. If you're playing against a team that's lesser than you and not on your level, you want an open game. You don't want it to be a tight game. So the fact, like when we played Istanbul, and we know our defense is not our strong point. United are top heavy. Our attack is better than our defense. So if we're playing a team like Istanbul who are not on our level, we want an open game. All right, you have 15 shots. We have 15 shots. I back our team because we have the better attack. You know what I'm saying? And we won that game 4-1. People are like, yeah, Demba Ba had 4 chances, but he missed them all. There's a reason Demba Ba is playing for Istanbul. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not even disrespectful. There's a reason he's there. Now, it'd be foolish and naive to play that way against the PSG because they're a good side and have great attacking players.
So in saying that, do you think Van der Beek doesn't keep his place, or do you agree?
I think he does. No, he keeps his place because you play a back 3. And in that way, he can keep his place. I wouldn't play a back 4 and play Donny and Fred in front of him. I think that would be foolish. But you play a back 3, and then Donny can keep his place and Fred can keep his place. Plus, PSG are not going to come and be defensive and part the bus. PSG are going to attack. Therefore, we can hit them on the counter attack. And that plays right into our hands. This game is set up for us. Because again, we don't have to win the game. They have to win the game. And they're going to come and they play attacking football regardless. And we know how devastating United are on the counter attack. So I would play the back 3. Let PSG have the ball. Play your Rashfords, your Martials, your Greenwood, all that pace up top and destroy them on the counter attack.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think in terms of the way this game is set up to pan out, I hope it pans out the way you said. We just soak up pressure and hit them on the break. Defensively, I don't think they're brilliant. Of course, they have got quality in the back. Don't get me wrong, they've got individual brilliance. But overall, as a unit, defense is about units. It's not about individual players. I don't massively rate Kimpembe anyways, but I know he's rated in the community. So we can definitely get the defense. You know, Rashford's good enough. Rashford in Champions League tends to do better anyways in terms of his performances. I don't know why he just feels...
Because you get so much space. That's why in the Champions League, when you hit on the break, like Kojo mentioned it.
Space, man.
Yeah, because teams in the Champions League, the majority of the teams, because they're the better teams, they're used to having the ball and they'll press you. If you look at the teams in the Champions League, all the better teams attack, whether it's PSG, Bayern Munich, Juventus, you get me, Real Madrid, Barcelona, they all fly forward. And we are devastating on the counter attack. We are absolutely devastating. This is why we beat Leipzig 5. You get me? Destroyed them on the counter attack.
Them teams don't know what it means to shut up shop. So
yes,
listen,
they don't do that.
Let's bring Jerry before we get you. Obviously, Jim, I've kind of swapped you over slightly. I've got a question here from Darren, who I've just done a podcast with. So make sure you show love. Obviously, if you don't know their podcast, Eyes on the Ball TV, so show love to the homie. Him and Daniel do fantastic work over there, so stay tuned for that. But, you know, we spoke about the preview as well. We spoke about McTominay, right, in particular. Again, he's a kind of player, right? For me personally, very good squad player. He does the job. You know, he's like an enforcer to an extent, and he'll get himself about. Every time we beat in PSG, Fred and McTominay are playing together. Jerry, do you think... I don't think he's fit, you know. I'm not 100% sure if he's fit, McTominay. But if he is fit, do you think McTominay should start, or do you agree with the boys... as he said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Or do you agree with the boys? Van der Beek has to play this game.
I don't know, because everyone's saying this back 3. I'm not sure. I think Tuanzebe is suspended for this game. You know.
Yes, Tuanzebe is suspended. That's correct.
And Luke Shaw, is he back?
No, Luke Shaw's back for West Ham.
So he's not back for this game.
No.
So the back 3, who are we saying then? Maguire.
I'll just throw a name on, obviously, just to keep you quiet. I've got Williams right wing back. I've got Wan-Bissaka right centre back, because I think in that pocket in that channel where Mbappe is going to want to, you know, run into the gap, you know, play around that area where Tuanzebe practically pocketed him. I think Wan-Bissaka will be fairly good there. And then obviously got Maguire, Lindelof, and then Tellez left wing back. So I know it's not his natural position. Is it a risk to play him there? Potentially, but you know, what are your thoughts on that? And obviously, McTominay coming.
Yeah, if we're playing a back 5, I'm okay with Van der Beek and Fred again, you know, because I think we're gonna need to hold the ball when we do get the ball, and ball retention is very key in this game. Because Fred, as much as he's tenacious and he's got energy, his passing's a bit wayward. So with Van der Beek, like I think I saw a comment said he was in a presser, so he is starting.
Bob said that. Yeah, that's right. Well, this coming from Alex, for me personally, kind of sums it perfectly in terms of Donny brings the simplicity that we have craved for ages. He finds the perfect space and then doesn't do anything fancy when it isn't needed. I think against a team like PSG, and if you're coming back to what Flawless said in terms of soaking up pressure, hitting them on the break, you need those players who are very good on the ball to obviously initiate the sort of counter-attack. And Van der Beek, 9 out of 10 times, obviously saw with Dan James' goal against, was it Istanbul, when obviously he played the ball to Greenwood, he picks the right pass at the right time. And it's going to be so pivotal because I think my frustration, these kind of games, especially with McTominay and Fred, although they're brilliant, McTominay and Fred just pass the ball away to win it back.
Like, that's what they're good for.
They're brilliant at winning it back, but when they're together, sometimes the ball retention isn't quite there. But Jem, what are your thoughts in terms of the midfield? Who would you go for, obviously, before we move on to the overall lineup? What are your thoughts?
I think Donny will play, and I think he'll go up with the lineup against Southampton. Just he'll take Matic out and replace Matic with Tomani. So those two, Fred and McTominay, will just.
Oh, so you're going for a diamond?
I think he might go for the fourth. Yes. I think Oli might go with the 4-3-2-1.
Okay, interesting. Well, I suppose against Southampton it did technically work really. My only issue is, well, to be fair, I do want to push them out wide. I think in terms of benefiting us tactically, we do want to push them further wide. Like, Kojo, what are your thoughts in terms of PSG's weakness? And I think anything in the lines, in the pockets, they're dangerous. Like I was saying to Darren before I came on here, was like, if they get the ball to Di Maria and he's playing those flicks around the corner to Mbappe, they're going to be very difficult to defend against. You saw in the first game, it was last ditch by Lindelof, last ditch by Twansebe, just getting there. There was a one that they played it to Mbappe and Wan-Bissaka came across and did that side. It was very last ditch. Although it was a brilliant performance, all of our defenders are on a 9 and a 10. It's not sustainable, is it? We need to somehow cut off the supply line, don't we, really?
Yeah, that's where it's key. Someone that was in form as well, that's going to be missing in this game is Sarabia. So I'm kind of happy that he's not there because he's been causing a bit of havoc for PSG. But the thing about PSG is in the last couple of games, they've been dropping silly points in the league. They've been found out in quite a few games. They dropped points again this weekend. It's because their fullbacks are not as good as they should be, especially Benny at the left side. He's good going forward, but defensively he's awful. And we need to exploit that. Unfortunately, we're not fantastic down the right side. But I think if we get Rashford moving down that right side a lot more, you can exploit the weakness in that team. We all know who their key men are. That there's no shock. We know who Mbappe is. We know who Neymar is.
Right, listen, you keep talking. I'm gonna leave and come back because my audio's messed. I don't know why I was doing it yesterday, but you just keep talking. I'll be back in a second.
All right, cool. Yeah, we know who Di Maria is, and Di Maria is not only good at finding the passes, but he's also good at set pieces. So this is where yesterday when we played Southampton. We did a preview the day before, and I was screaming for Fred not to give away free kicks in dangerous areas. And that's exactly what he did. I like Fred, but that's one thing I don't like about him as well. And we can't let that happen because Di Maria at set pieces is one hell of a problem, whether it's delivering them or taking shots.
Can I say something, Kojo?
Yeah, go on.
Can I say something to you? I know you're talking about the right side, yeah, and I agree with you. But in the diamond, we usually play well on the right side. Like a prime example was the second goal that we scored. Or the first goal that we scored. We were clinical on the right side. So Fred, Bruno, Wan-Bissaka, and Cavani all got involved in that attack. It was brilliant. But I completely agree with what you said. Fred does give away a pretty stupid challenge. But looking back at the replay, you could say it's a foul. But in my opinion, he barely touched him. It was an arm tap, and he fell down.
I know. But in this game now, even the littlest motion, they'll fall over, and that's what it's going to be.
You need to be a little bit more clever.
Exactly, especially in European football. This has been happening for time in that competition itself. So that's where you got to be very, very careful with your challenges. Exactly. So, but apart from that, they've got weaknesses as well. Defense is not great. Kimpembe, I do rate, but he's not the best either. You know what I mean? But they're gonna play a high line, and like you guys have all alluded to, if we can find a way to get him behind that defense.
He won us the game he won us the game a few seasons ago. Remember?
Oh yeah, with his
that's star quality.
Him and Dallo. Yeah, so yeah, no, I'm feeling like that those are the areas where we can exploit PSG, but we also know what their dangers are. That there's no mystery behind it. I'm kind of glad that Icardi's not playing because his movement's a problem as well.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's not there makes me a little bit more happier because he would have been a problem as well. But yeah.
Yeah, let's just bring you in until obviously I kind of missed what Cole just said in terms. I'm assuming he went through the threads. There's quite a few people talking about Verratti and Marquinhos. They've kind of both missed integral games when we played them. You know, we can't really disregard how pivotal they are to, you know, their team in going forward as well. Not only in terms of ability, but their leadership on the pitch, which has been missing also.
Well, I'll be honest with you now. I wouldn't slag off Verratti unless I knew how much of a wuss he is in big games, and that's facts. I'm not trying to mock the Brit because he is. He is. I'm not even trying to take the mick now. He generally does not perform in these big games, and I feel like if he does crack under pressure, then you know I feel like the game's realistically in our favour, and I don't think anyone should be disagreeing with me because Verratti is just he's a quality player, like Coach just said. I have to agree with you, bro. He's a quality player, but when it comes to these big games, he's not the Verratti that's in those regular games playing at PSG. He's just not the same guy. So you know what? If he cracks under pressure tomorrow, then that's gonna be another win for us tomorrow, man.
Yeah, no, I do hear what you're saying regarding Verratti, but I'm just one of the people that, you know, when he's got that much quality, my problem is with him, he's a conductor. You know, you saw in the first game, you know, I'd love to hear what you guys say, but the reason the first game he was so successful is because Neymar was being forced to get the ball deep and coming deep to collect the ball because he was not getting any supply line. He was having to pick the ball up from deep and run with it. The practice played 3 DMs. You saw in the second half when they made the change, you know, how much problems they were causing us. So, like, I hear what you guys are saying, but we can't deny the fact that when they made that attacking change in the second half, they were all over us really for periods of that game.
But that because it's PSG, that's going to happen. When you have as much quality, attacking quality they do, there's going to be periods in a match where they are on top. But one thing we did against PSG was we looked dangerous on the break. We created opportunities.
Yeah, we should have scored at least 5.
We should have scored. I don't know as many as 5 because I can't remember the game like that. But we should have scored more. Yeah. I get what you're saying. This is what I'm saying is, and not only that is, I keep reiterating this. The pressure is all on them. If roles were reversed and we had to go to PSG and win, we'd be talking about how much pressure we're under. PSG are now under that pressure. Like considering they're supposed to top the group, they have Neymar and Mbappe. They can't afford to drop to the Europa League. The manager's under pressure. We're talking about Verratti's, and imagine what this would do to a reputation of a Neymar and an Mbappe, especially Neymar, if they do drop to the Europa League. It could make you look at it different because they're supposed to get through this group. The worst Manchester United, one of the worst Manchester United sides we've seen in a long time. Leipzig, who just lost Werner and lost their goal scoring threat. You're looking at it like, you man should get through this group. What's going on? That's why I'm looking at it like, yo, all the pressure is on them. Yeah. All we have to do is get a point and defend well, and I think we'll be all right. That's why I'm thinking United will do okay in this game.
To be honest, I'll say this right now. All right, for example, there are some people, who don't take draws as a good thing, right? Especially in a big game like this, If we do draw, all of us will be happy because we know what the outcome will be, We'll go through, but some will be like, oh shit, but if we're drawing against PSG and we're going up against this team the next day, all this shit, you know what I'm trying to say? Because usually they feel nervous if we draw against these big teams because they are scared. I'm telling you right now, we draw this game, we win, we do anything with it. I assure you, West Ham, they're gonna get done anyway. So just let's not worry about that. I'm trying to say,
all right, let's go. Add hella confidence in that. Add talking about next game. You know, this guy bypassing PSG. You know, man just bypass Neymar and Mbappe. You know, just rush them aside to talk about West Ham. Okay, okay.
Listen, Jerry, in terms of the threats that PSG do possess, I have to agree with Flores. Actually, made a very good point in terms of the pressure that is on PSG. Just look at the results. They're not in a great run of form. Tuchel's under a lot of pressure. They're expected to top the group. They drew the last game to Bordeaux. They beat PSG 1-0. They beat RB Leipzig 1-0. Sorry. Very, very fortunate in that game.
A very dubious penalty.
Yeah, exactly. That wasn't even a pen. Not that we can talk before someone says My United fans, but it is where it is. But look, it wasn't a penalty. Di Maria died. I don't even think it was in the box. They lost to Monaco. Fair enough to beat Rennes. But they're coming into this game. It's a must-win for them. Their managers' backs against the wall. A lot of the players, as we know, Mbappe and Neymar potentially, but a lot of them tend to shy away. Like, how important do you think is the mental aspect of the sort of preparation? We're coming off a back of a very good, comeback in terms of, how we're doing. But do you think that's going to play a factor at all? Obviously, the mental state going into the game.
Not for PSG.
Yeah, for PSG, yes, sir.
Yeah, obviously so like you said, it's a must-win game for them. So they need to come out all guns blazing. Like, a draw is no good if Leipzig beat Istanbul. So yeah, it's very capable that they can slap us. That I'm kind of thinking that we support United. Like, I know we're on a bit of a good form and we won 4 games in a row, but there's always something at the back of my mind saying we could hold a slap, because De Gea, I don't know if he's back for this game, or I heard he's training.
Yeah, De Gea is fit, I think.
Like, does he start? Does he deserve to start? Does Henderson? Because Henderson I thought he was supposed to play the last game, but then he didn't. So I don't know, man. But PSG, I think, they're gonna bring it, which does play into our hands a bit with Rashford and Martial, whoever plays up top. So yeah, man. If PSG want to bring it, let them bring it, man. I think that just plays into our hands very perfectly.
It's a game for when we get a chance. We need to take.
Yeah, man. The last game we didn't take. Obviously, we won, but we should have took our chance.
The thing is, I think with the way, the way PSG play, the chances will be there. Obviously, you want to be clinical anyway, but I'm saying it's more than one chance. They are gonna. That's the way they play. I think if roles were reversed and PSG just needed a point and we needed to win, PSG would still flood forward, innit? There's no shutting up shop with the players they have with Neymar and Mbappe playing on the break. They don't do. I've personally never seen PSG do that. Whoever they play the same way. Fullbacks flying high. Yeah. Like, handbrake's broken.
Bro, they're gonna be. Listen, bro, they're gonna be sweating a bean off tomorrow, man, because they're scared of us.
Okay, ads. All right, let's go, ads. Let's go, ads.
No. To be honest,
I think it's perfect for what we're saying. And PSG will come to the win, which will leave space at the back. We need to transition very quickly. Hence, Bruno and Van der Beek are key. I think Greenwood and Rashford will need it to be on song. I personally don't think Rashford or Greenwood should start this game, but that's just me. We'll get into that. I'm not starting neither of them, but obviously I'll explain. Anyways, let's do the lineup. Obviously, we can talk briefly on how we can get at them. We kind of already mentioned it in terms of quick transition from back to front. Jem, we'll start with you, brother. Unless you're fighting someone, I don't know. Right, Jem, we'll start with you in terms of your lineup, your formation. What are your thoughts? Who are you going for?
Like I said, I'll go for the 4-2-3-1. So De Gea will be in post. Then we have Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, and Lindelof. Then Telles. Then you have Fred and McTominay sitting. Then you have, I think he'll play Bruno as a 10. Then you have Rashford on the left.
Yes.
Then you have Donny on the right side of the midfield. Then you either, and I'm not sure about that. I'm sure Martial will play tomorrow.
But who would you play? The Cavani or Martial? Who would you play?
I would rather go for Cavani.
But I just to come in there, Jim, just what you think of this. Cavani's not playing against West Ham because he's going to be banned. Let's be real. He's definitely banned against West Ham. So he has to play this game because he's going to be banned.
Yeah, he has to. And so, like Oli said today, is against his old club. And I think even the first, he wanted to play. Cavani wanted to play. So he's really on to play. So I think if you play Cavani, you see Cavani has that experience. And I think if you watch Oli's team, that striker, a typical number 9, makes his game flow. That's why when he had this guy, what's his name, Haaland at Modi, Moda, you can see that the way he plays. That's why he likes these two number 8, these two like Bruno and Donny. So that if he needs a proper number 9 so that his system will flow. So I think I will play Cavani because Cavani will give you that the chances that against Southampton that you saw what's his name Greenwood missing, Cavani would just put it inside. He just put it in. Cavani misses a lot of chances. I never liked when he was at Napoli because I remember a game against Chelsea, he missed some chances that got Napoli kicked out. So I will go for Cavani. I'll just go for the experience and he needs to get his 50th Champions League goal. So I'll play him.
Yeah, no, to be fair, you've gone practically for the same team. Obviously, mine is McTominay coming in for Matic. I can't really argue with that, to be honest. I think it's a fairly strong team. You know, we're part of the midfield as well, hopefully force them wide. Kojo, what do you reckon? You've heard what James had to say there. Are you going for anything similar there, or are you going for something different?
I was thinking about the same team we played against Southampton, but we took off Greenwood, didn't we? That's the only person we took off.
Yeah.
Obviously, De Gea was forced. Yeah, I think I'll stick with that. I think what's important in this game is having someone with the speed of Rashford to get in behind multiple times against a high line, the intelligence of Donny van der Beek, Bruno, and Cavani, and with way Fred can actually press and break up play by intercepting passes and that. I think that'll be very key. They're going to be looking to play a patient style, especially for Verratti. He likes to try and dictate the tempo, but I've said it, as I said it, in big games, he doesn't really impress the way he can do. So if we can really press onto him, apply pressure to him, and then just play through balls indirect quickly, get Tellers bombing down the left, we can cause them problems. And I said it to you as well that Wan-Bissaka, I've started to notice slowly that his touches are getting a lot more cleaner. He's getting a lot more better with the way he moves the ball forward now. Slow progression. So that's what we wanted. So now you can get a bit more balance on both sides. Now we're starting to see something grow. So I think I will stick with the same team and just stick Cavani in for Mason Greenwood. And then you can bring on Mason Greenwood with he's a quicker player than Cavani, cause a bit more danger. Or if you want to give Martial some minutes before PSG, throw him in there, give him a chance as well. So yeah, that's what I'll go for.
Yeah, no, I hear what you said. It's funny that no one's even mentioned Pogba at all. There's someone in the comments put in.
We need to take time with him. No, we need to take time with him.
Yeah, this is not the game for him. That's why, yes, this is definitely not the game for him at all.
Yeah,
this is not the game for him.
Obviously, we got 5 subs as well.
Yeah,
so Pogba.
Thing is though, I will say this: if we are in a position where he can come off the bench and play through balls when they're trying to really press and go into him, the fact that he's got that range, you can find him. So
people, facts.
Fans are really either eager to either criticize him or say just don't put him in the team. Just take time, take time, and then when it's time to actually bring him in, then you do the thing. So that's it.
People forget he set up the winner in Paris in the reverse game. Coming off the bench, he made an impact.
He did the start, so it's really important we have him on the bench.
Yeah, no, 100%. We've got to look after him as well, obviously. Look, we got a comment here from Facebook user. I haven't got a clue what this is, but I appreciate your love. Obviously, you know, keep tuning in. Make sure you stay tuned for more content. We appreciate that.
Yes.
If you are obviously joining us live, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. But coming to you, ads, obviously you heard what Kojo's got to say. Make some valid points as he always does. Where do you think Ollie is going to go with the team, or what would you do with the team in terms of your lineup?
I can't say anything different to what Kojo's just said. So, you know what? All right, I completely agree with him 100%. I can say this, back in Jem's point, you can start McTominay because I don't mind whether or not he plays or not. All I'm going to say is Van der Beek is better next to Fred, and Fred is better next to Van der Beek, in my opinion. And I feel like we've seen that mental drive between the two of them, and their games have been better as well because they keep it simple, not rash with their pass. Fred does mess up sometimes, but it's not like his passing is awful because when he completes a pass, it's nice and clean, and he has great vision. So for people to be saying that is Sunday League passing is a disgrace in my opinion. But Van der Beek and McTominay, start either of them. I don't care, man. We're gonna win that game tomorrow. So
Ads is not having it. Ads is come on this thinking.
Let's go, Ads.
What's West Ham?
Let's go, Ads.
Ads is straight on to West
Ham. Let's go.
God. Listen, Jerry, let's bring you on. Obviously, you've heard. You know, Ads is very confident. He doesn't give a shit who's playing. We're winning the game in his eyes. Is there any sort of threats that you're expecting from our players? You know, of course, we've spoken about PSG, the likes of Mbappe, Neymar. You know, regarding the lineup you're going to play, is there a reason you're playing those players? Do you think they'll offer something going forward, or what are your thoughts?
So was that to me?
Yeah, that's to you, Charity.
Oh, my lineup. I know that Scott is pivotal in these games, but I'm looking to go all out attack. You know, the fact that Martial didn't play the last game at Paris, I think he comes straight back in. So I'll play him on the left, Rashford on the right, and then Cavani up top.
Okay.
In regard to the midfield, it would make sense to put Scott and Fred in a double pivot and then Bruno number 10, but I want Van der Beek to start. So it's Van der Beek, Fred, and then Bruno. That's I'm just going for it, man. Because I think they'll be scared of us, then we're more scared of them. If Martial, Rashford, and Cavani, like they will be thinking, like Herrera,
Yeah, they're
he
scared
knows.
of us.
Herrera, yeah, trust me. Herrera will be like, rah, I need to trap back, I need to pull this one here, go this way. Yeah, man, I'm going all out attack. So that's my lineup, and then obviously the same back four as the last game.
Yeah, man's gone fully attack.
Yeah, man. Martial, people forgot about him. I know he's been a bit dead, but I think he's raring to go, man. He was ill the last game.
The pitch on my team, all Greenwood. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
I've gone 3-5-2, and I've gone obviously Flores pass it to you next. I've got Martial and Cavani up top because I want to see Martial play with Cavani. I think
is there pace in that attack though?
Ooh, I like that. Martial's quick. Martial's quick.
Yeah, but he doesn't like to make runs in behind though, man.
Yeah, but
he would with Cavani then.
I think
Cavani there he used to.
For me personally,
I hear your point.
Rashford's obviously going to start in it, so what I'm saying is irrelevant, really, innit? But you know, Rashford's only going to social son in it, basically, innit? You know what I mean? Man can stab him on the bus on the way home and be like, it's probably my own fault. You know, I walked into the knife and shit. But listen, Flores, just to finish off, let's just, you know, who do you think is going to be the standout players for both teams, or who do you think the people from PSG is a no-brainer, really, innit? But in terms of United, who do you think is going to impact the game the most?
Ooh, that's a good question. Probably Bruno. You know what I'm saying? Because Bruno seems to be influential. He's involved, so Bruno will be involved. I can see our attack with the amount of space we get, and I can see Rashford having a good game. Because when Rashford has space to run into, ridiculous. Cavani as well. Someone made a great point. He knows how he knows how PSG play, and he probably have a chip on his shoulder for letting him to go for free as well. So Cavani's already full of confidence. He's going to be bang up for this game. So I can see our attacking players thriving, and Wan-Bissaka as well, actually. I'm saying he seems to thrive in these type of games, innit? Yeah. So that's who I'd go with.
Fair enough. Kojo, what do you reckon? Have you got anyone different, you think, in terms of, you know, players to have the most impact in that team?
Nah.
I don't think anyone said anything different regarding Bruno. And like Bruno's the man. And how important is it to have Bruno in that team at the moment? You know, a lot of fans are thinking we're too reliant on him. Do you agree with that, Tom?
No, it's super important because I mean I've said over here that he has dropped some very poor performances, but regardless, he provides one way or another, and that's key in football. At the end of the day, if you can have bad games but still produce, you're key. That's all we need. We need goals, we need assists, and that's what he provides pretty much all the time. His record speaks for itself. You know what I mean? So you can forgive someone having a bad performance when they give you something fantastic. Football fans are so eager to have a player do everything and have to do everything right, and that's not how football works.
I hear you.
If you do your thing, you turn up, it's great. That's the thing needs to go on to Ronaldo for Madrid for a while. Oh, he's doing nothing for 90 minutes, but he bangs a free kick in. Oh yeah, he did his job, so he scored. That's as simple as that. That's what he's paid to do. Score goals and win the game for Real Madrid. He did it. So that's what Bruno's doing for us right now. What is it? 22 goals, 16 assists now. Like it's
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. If we're being honest, it's quite ridiculous. So long may it continue.
How dead our team is, to be honest. You know, you've seen so many other players come in and people be saying, "Oh, they're coming in the team that's not performing." This guy's literally, you know, completely ripped up that sort of rule book in a sense. He come in and just completely flipped on his head and said, "If you're not going to perform, I'll drag you, man, through it." And like Sanchez used to do for Arsenal, really, in a sense, to build that sort of maverick. Obviously, you know, the piano playing brother. You know, but listen, let's wrap up. Let's get everyone's score predictions. I don't even know if I should bother asking Ads because he's been so confident. But we'll leave Ads to the end and then finish on a positive note. Jem, we'll start with you, brother. What's your score prediction?
I'll go for a 3-1.
3-1.
Yes.
You went 3-1.
Yeah.
Why are you so surprised?
Why is everyone so confident, yo?
Why
it's your intro, man. It was your intro, man. That's what it was. It was your enthusiasm in it. Yes, it's your boy, Usmaan. It was all of that. That's what it was. It was all of that.
I want to see the same. And if you win 3-1, I'm seeing energy on that calling show. I'm telling you. Listen, Jerry, what you saying? We've got 2-2 in the chat. Put your scores down as we're going through with everyone now. Let us know. Jerry, what you saying?
Yeah, just going back on your point, I'm saying Rashford's the key for this game. He's got PSG's number. So, yeah, he's my go-to guy for tomorrow's game.
Point, actually, yeah.
And, yes, 2-0 United. Clean sheet.
Woo.
Yo.
Woo. I say clean sheet, you know. Okay, let's go, Jerry.
Osman shook because he knows our parts are gonna get clipped. He knows our parts are gonna get clipped. So he shook.
Can we just get a backhand like 4 or 5, like Di Maria, like fucking 2 deuces and everything? And this match reaction is gonna be like. Well, I'm not going to enjoy it, obviously, because it's just been slapped, but, you know, there's a bit of silver lining there. Well, Flawless, what do you reckon? Obviously, everyone's very confident at the moment. What you're thinking?
I'm confident. I'm saying 2-1 Manchester United.
We've got bits of
like bits and bobs said, yeah, 2-1. I'm saying 2-1. Yeah. Fair
enough. Kojo, what are you saying?
I'm backing Jerry. 2-0, clean sheet.
Come on.
Fans are the... Oh, flipping Lindelof. Oh my God, Lord have mercy. And Ads,
the Iceman.
Very stupid question from me, Ads. But you know, what's your score prediction, brother?
You saying 5-0 United?
Right. First of all, the only reason why I said that they're scared of us is because they're gonna be fighting their heart off tomorrow. That's the only reason why. Okay. My score prediction is gonna be 3-1. Blessed by the pastor tomorrow with like an assist or something like that. But that's to be that, man.
Oh God. Yo, listen, if it's a 3-1 against PSG, that's gorgeous. That's beautiful. And we obviously top the table as well. So, you know, it would be a beautiful end to the group, should I say. But listen, my score prediction, obviously people are gonna ask. I've got 2-1. I'm not as confident as other guys in terms of high scoring. I actually think it's gonna be 1-1 if I'm being honest. Which I take. As long as we don't lose the game, I couldn't give 2 shits really what happens. Obviously, you know, Marcel hopefully scores in the right.
We need to keep this winning form going, man. Allow the joke, bro.
We've got a bit of love for ads at the end. My G ads. Obviously, James said 1-0. Facebook user saying 4-2 Man United. For some reason, it doesn't show you your name. Obviously, got Bob's and then United way said 2-2. Listen, boys, just to say a massive thank you to our panel. You know, it's nice to have a bit of positivity from the United fan base. It's not always like this, but we got to enjoy it once it lasts. As always, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Before we go, man's hitting the milli right. It's not Emirates Stadium, but you know what it is. Listen, Kojo, shout your channels up, brother.
Yes, Free Midfield. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us all over the audio. That's Spotify and the rest of them. And shout out Footy Says as well. FSR Cut on Twitter. Footy Says on YouTube. Check us out.
Yes. Ads, where can they find you, brother?
GNA TV at Adzils on Twitter and Twitch. GNA TV on a roll right now. 300 subscribers in 2 weeks. Thanks for all the support, people. Osman giving me the base as well. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you, man.
You're welcome. You deserve it. If you want more positivity, make sure you go over to Az's channel, man. Top kids, top lads, and obviously, as you can see, you just gotta show love, boys. Come on, let's go, Flawless. Is it a clone? Is it Flawless 1, 2, 3? We don't know what it is.
Flawless.
But thank you for blessing us nonetheless. If you don't know where Flawless is, you man's obviously don't know football Twitter, football content in general, because he's on every show. But Flawless, tell him one of many of the shows that you feature on, brother.
Yeah, man. Well, this is Flawless 2.5, and blessed for having me as always, Osman. Yeah, you can catch me on Twitter and Instagram. That's me, Flawless. So Twitter and Instagram, that's me, Flawless. From a third eye view on Pi Radio, so it goes live on Pi Radio every Monday, 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. It goes live on the Pi Radio YouTube. It also goes live on DAB Radio. So if you're in the Northwest, retune your DAB Radio and you can find it. It's a Premier League show. You hear me? So that's Premier League related.
Get that list on lock, people.
And then and then YouTube, obviously Sarcasm City. There's Sarcasm City TV. There's many shows on there, football shows, boxing show, MMA show, current affairs shows, a music show, etc. So go to YouTube, Sarcasm City, and the Sarcasm City podcast goes live on there every Sunday, 7 p.m. And like I always say, Kojo knows what I'm about to say. If you're easily offended, that podcast is not for you, innit? You be wilding out on that podcast and that. We still put it in the chat, yeah, it's fact show, innit? We wild out on that podcast, innit? So all the conversations that get said behind closed doors, we have openly, you get what I'm saying, and that talking wild shit. That's every Sunday, 7 p.m.
Yes. Make sure you check that out. Obviously, as he said, if you're easily offended, then, you know, it's probably not a show for you. But he's got enough content to cater for everybody. So go and show him love nonetheless. Before Jem is just looking for players better than him in his room, there's nobody. So obviously, Jem where can they find you, my brother? The happiest guy I know. Jem, tell him, bless him.
Oh, Bar for Gem on Twitter.
Listen, I will put Gems in the description as well as the other boys as well. Last but not least, Jerry, where can they find you, brother?
Yeah, that's J-United _ on the Twitter, on the YouTube, Team Talk, got a show with my brothers, and Team Talk Pod on the IG. Thanks for having me, Usmaan. Always a pleasure, man.
Yes. Listen, just before we wrap it up, make sure you keep locked in. Myself and Kojo will be on West Ham Fan TV this week, previewing with the boys.
Okay, big.
If you don't know, this is the homie. And we've got a show with Fuad's coming on as well on Thursday. Arsenal against Spurs preview. So Arsenal fan, it's hard to get. If you know an Arsenal fan that's not in a cave at the moment, please tweet me because I can't find one. For the show.
I'll find you one. I'll find you one.
Take your time with it. Cave, like, man literally went from Deck Banner and Troops, you know. I can't find them. Where you guys gone? So stay tuned for that. And on Friday, I've got an exclusive interview with Tottenham Academy player, a good friend of mine from Sheffield United Academy, signed under 23s players. So I'm going to be talking about racism in football, mental health, and all the good stuff. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel. Apart from that, we'll see you on the watch along and for the call in. Listen, if you want to get involved in the call in, check us out on Twitter. Hopefully 3-1 Cavani hat-trick. Dimitri tears, you know.
Rest in peace, PSG.
Champagne settings. Anyways, peace.